In this video, we're going to break down every single thing that happened for Marvel Crisis Protocol at the recently finished MiniStravaganza. Hey guys, Rich from Rich Mid Gaming. Hope everyone is doing fantastically well and happy Monday. Hopefully you guys all managed to catch up on all things MiniStravaganza this weekend. Some absolutely amazing reveals and panels from MCP to X-Wing to Legion, but today we're going to be focusing in on everything that happened for Marvel Crisis Protocol, condensed all down into one nice neat video so you don't have to go out there looking for every single piece of information that happened. Now, a lot of these things that happened on Friday afternoon, I was actually on stream live with Jonah and Quinn doing the Weekly Bugle, so we did cover some of these, so I will go through them in this video, but if you want our sort of initial reaction, initial response, you can head on over and go and check that out. But let's jump straight in and take a look at the first things, or everything that we got from MiniStravaganza. So starting out then, we got two new affiliation packs announced. We know that we've already had the Black Order that's been available for a little while. We've had Asgard. We've now got the Uncanny X-Men. So that's going to come with Cyclops, Storm, Beast and Wolverine. And then we have the Brotherhood of Mutants affiliation pack. That's going to be coming with Sabretooth, Mystique, Toad and Magneto. So all of the X-Men and all of the Brotherhood that we saw in the original wave, which makes sense. I do like these packs. I think they're a great way to allow new players to come into the game and get hold of everything a little bit more cost effectively. My only real concern is that any local gaming stores who have these character packs on their shelf are now going to have to discount those character packs quite significantly. But overall, I think they are generally a good thing for the game, especially some of the older character packs. So this next one is a little bit of a cheat, but we did get Malekith's character card earlier in the week, and as you may have seen myself, Jonah and Quinn break it down, what an absolutely amazing character this is. We did a full breakdown on him, so we're not going to go into that here, but what we did see on the MiniStravaganza stream was his first, or the first of the tactics cards from his pack, and it is the Black Bifrost. I'm not going to go into the card in too much detail, but very, very disappointing. You can take a read of it here. Really not one that I can see people using in Cabal with Malekith. So yeah, a thumbs down for me on that one. Okay then guys, we also got to see pretty much everything that we were getting from the Hydra affiliation, at least in the form of all of the characters that we were getting. So starting off, we got to see at least the front side of Red Skull, Master of Hydra, his new card, a 5-threat leader for Hydra. Lots and lots of very technical things on there. A character that I think is going to be really, really good, but you're going to have to learn how to play with this character to make sure you get the most from him. He comes with his Hydra Troopers. Now these weren't out on Friday, or these weren't spoiled on Friday when we went through them, so these are going to have 3 health, so more health than any of the other grunts that we've seen. They're going to be a short move, and they're going to be a size 2, and they're going to be 1-2-2 for their defensive stats. They've got that Hydra energy weapons, which is going to be a range 4 strength attack, but then they're also going to have a superpower 0 cost, which is Hydra Assault. It's going to be an action, and it says this character makes a move action. During its next attack action this turn, this character may reroll any number of its attack dice. After the attack is resolved, this character is KO'd. So it does take them off the field. I'm not entirely sure how good that's going to be. We may see that there's some other things maybe on the back of his card, or maybe with some of the tactics cards that help with that. We've got then Occupation Force. This character cannot pick up, hold, or interact with extract objective tokens. This character does not have to pay power to interact with secure objective tokens. These guys are going to be able to go and secure those secures, which is really, really nice. They're probably not going to be particularly good on pay to flips. just because, you know, they're 1 and 2 for their physical and energy. But, you know, maybe if nobody else is on there, that 2 energy will be fine. But anything else, they are going to be able to work with. And there's also some really interesting ones there. I think it's Extremis console that where you pay power, you interact with them, and you can heal a character. So they're going to be able to do that for free, which is, yeah, really, really interesting. They've also got Grunt, Red Skull, Master of Hydra. This character cannot be included in rosters and otherwise can only be put into play as a result of cut off 1 head superpower. So that's Red Skull's superpower. Now, I thought that might be something on the back of his card that said, you know, cut off 1 head and then 2 shall take its place. I don't think that's going to be the case now, purely because of the fact that, yeah, this needs to be on the back of his card. Otherwise, these guys can't come in once he goes to his injured side. But really, really interesting. I think this, alongside with Red Skull, are going to make for some interesting plays, as most of the grunts have done. But yeah, looking forward to getting these on the table and seeing how they play. And then lastly, for Hydra, or in particular for Red Skull, Master of Hydra, he got the Team Tactics card Occult Research. During the power phase, Red Skull, Master of Hydra may spend 10 power to play this card. Red Skull, Master of Hydra, and all characters within range 2 of him gain a stagger token. Red Skull, Master of Hydra, gains the following superpower for the rest of the game. Arcane Invigoration. Guys, he's going to be able to make an additional action each activation. Now, sounds really good in the front of it. It's going to be very, very niche, very, very dependent. It's going to be at least turn 2, probably turn 3 that you get to actually do this. Most games on average take 4 turns, so actually it may not be as good as you first thought, but we will have to see how it plays. It's going to be very, very thematic, so that one also gets a thumbs up from me. Next up, then, we have the second leader. Yes, we're actually getting 2 leaders for Hydra. This time it's Baron Strucker. Not going to go through his card in too many details. It divided the room a little bit, this one. Me and Quinn thought he was really nice. Jonah wasn't particularly sold on him. I think he's a really interesting character. I think it's really nice that from the off, Hydra are going to have 2 leaders, and that one of them is a 5 threat and one of them is a 3 threat, giving you some really, really nice options. So yeah, for me, I really liked his leadership. It's the bit that Jonah didn't like, but I actually think it's nice to see something other than re-roll some dice. That's always a good thing for me, so he gets an absolute thumbs up. And then the last character revealed, at least for Hydra, at least as far as we know, is Arnim Zola, aka Arnim Zola. Now, once again, this is another character that was revealed during the live playthrough. So we didn't run through this character before, so I'm going to run through it very, very quickly now. So Arnim Zola is going to be a 2-3-4 for his defenses. He's going to have 6 stamina, again, at least on his front. He's going to be a size 3. He's going to be a 3 threat, and is going to be a short move, and I believe he is on a medium base. So his first attack then is going to be his builder. It's going to be a range 4, strength 4, 0 cost. Really interesting on this one, guys. Before choosing a target, this character chooses whether this attack type is physical and energy, which we've seen a lot, but also mystic. Really, really like that. The fact that you can absolutely take out and pinpoint your opponent's weakest stat is really, really nice. It is going to be a flat builder, so he's only going to gain 1 power from that. But on a wild, after this attack is resolved, for each wild in the attack roll, the defending character gains 1 of these special conditions: bleed, shock, slow, or stun. Now, with only 4 dice, you're not going to get or expect to get a wild every single roll, but you know, you may get 1. If you're very lucky, you may get 2. So being able to dish out multiple conditions is very, very nice. Let's have a look then at his second attack, which is Focused ESP Box Blast. It's going to be a range 3 attack. It's going to be 6 strength, and it's going to cost 2 power. And it says, if this attack deals damage, after this attack is resolved, this target or this character may advance the target character short. I mean, that's always nice, being able to move people off points. Guaranteed is really nice. Having to do damage with it, I mean, you should be okay. If this is a 6 dice attack, you would expect into most characters that you'd be doing at least 1 damage. He also then does have on a wild, he has the slow. After this attack is resolved, the target character gains the slow special condition. I'd have liked to have seen this maybe be something different to what he gets with the Hydra Ingenuity, but that's fine. Like, you know, the fact that it's a guaranteed slow. There are some characters out there that, you know, Ghost Rider, those sorts of guys, you give them a slow and it really, really does hurt their capabilities. So his first superpower then is going to be Experimental Enhancements. 3 power. During the next attack made by this character this turn, add 2 dice to its attack roll. After the attack is resolved, if the attack roll contains any failure results, this character suffers 1. So all of a sudden, for 3 power, you can add 2 dice. I'm not sure on that because of the fact he only has a single builder, and it's a flat builder. Now, he does have something else in there that's going to help him a little bit. I don't know if you're going to be spending the power on this one, so again, it'll need some play testing to work out whether or not it's something that we want to do. Let's have a look then at Hydra Engineering. This is going to be a reactive superpower. It's going to be a cost X, and it says, while this character or another allied character within range 4 of this character is attacking or defending during the modify dice step of the attack, this character may spend up to 3 power to use his superpower. For each power spent, this character or other character may reroll 1 of their attack or defense dice. Very, very standard sort of thing that we've seen. After the attack is resolved, if the allied roll contained 1 or more failure results, the allied character gains the bleed special condition. Now, you may be thinking that's really bad. However, if we go back and look at Red Skull's leadership ability, Strucker's leadership ability, you'll see how there is some really, really nice synergy there. I did mention that he had the ability to gain more power. He's going to be able to do that through his scientific hubris. Whenever this character rolls dice, after the effect is resolved, it gains 1 power if it rolls at least 1 crit. And that includes attacks, defenses, dodges, but also when you are rolling to either flip an objective or search for something like the core or something like that. Now, Hydra Engineering, if he uses it on himself, he is immune to bleed. He's also immune to poison as well, but it does mean that he cannot give himself the bleed condition. I suppose he is basically he's in a suit, right? You know, it's the essence of Arnim Zola, not the actual physical body. Guys, I really, really like this character. Yes, he's a little light on the physical defense. I think he's going to be susceptible to that collision damage. But 6 health on his front side, you would assume he's going to be 5 health on his back. But, you know, he's got that 3 energy defense, he's got that 4 mystic defense. So, yeah, I think he's an absolutely great character, and I'm really looking forward to getting hold of the Hydra characters, Hydra character packs, and, yeah, actually playing some games with them, because they look like they're going to be very, very fun. Very different to anything else that I sort of really play, but I'm sure I can turn these into killing machines as well. So yeah, really looking forward to it. And we're jumping ahead a little bit here, but I also wanted to talk about the Hydra Tank, or the Hydra Train as they were calling it, which is interesting name, I think, but the Hydra train. So it's a brand new terrain pack, but it is going to be an ultimate encounter as well. And as you can see there, you've got the sort of bunker, you've got the sort of little bits, the sort of turrets. That's the word I was looking for. But then you also have this tank as well, and we did see on stream that everything's interchangeable with the tank, and I think it's going to be the tank with Red Skull on top. That is optional. It does have a lid that can close on there, but that is going to be the ultimate encounter. So really excited to see how that plays out. I've been really enjoying my ultimate encounters quite recently, so yeah, really looking forward to that one. Okay then, guys, we also saw another character. We had another character revealed, and this is going to be Steve Rogers, Captain America, Steve Rogers. We went through his card on the live stream, so I'm not going to go through it now, but I think this guy is an absolute solid 4-threat character, so really looking forward to seeing again how he plays on the battlefield. We know that he's going to be Shield affiliated. I think there's a chance he could be Hydra affiliated, potentially. It would be funny. I actually don't think they will do. But yeah, I think he's an absolute solid character. And I disagree with Quinn. I really like the traditional sort of scale mail that he's got there. So yeah, really looking forward to this one. Okay then, guys, another character card that we didn't see on Friday. We only saw it during the live stream, and it's going to be Nick Fury and the Howling Commandos. This one is very different to anything we've seen before, because whilst at first you may think they look like grunts, these are actually going to be 3 named characters. So it's Nicholas Fury Sr., we've got Timothy Dum Dum Duggan, and then Gabrielle Jones. These guys are going to be 3s across the board. They're going to be 5 stamina. They're going to be a 3-threat, size 2, medium move on a medium base. Let's take a look then at their builder. So prototype weapons, range 4, 5 attack, obviously 0 cost, and it's going to be a single power, so a flat power gain. But it does have the pursuit keyword on a wild, which means you get to advance towards the target short. Their second attack then is going to be an energy attack, grenades. It's going to be range 3. It's going to cost 1. And it's going to be a strength 4 attack, but this one has a guaranteed incinerate on there. So you don't need to do damage. You don't need to have rolled a wild or anything like that. Just after the attack is resolved, the enemy character will gain the incinerate special condition. And then lastly, they have the Show's Over, another physical attack. This is going to be range 3, 6 strength, and it's going to be a 3 cost. Before choosing a target, this character chooses whether this attack type is physical or energy, so that's really nice. And then on a wild, you've got Pour It On. After this attack is resolved, this character may make a prototype weapons attack. So actually for 3 power, you are going to be able to roll 11 dice in total if you manage to get that Pour It On a wild. I do think with this one, if you don't get that trigger, it's going to feel really bad. I think I would have rather it been a power more and you got to make it just guaranteed. Having to rely on that wild on the 6 dice, again, I think it's going to feel bad if you don't get it. Their first active superpower then is Siblings in Arms. It's going to cost 2 power, and it says choose another allied character within range 2 of this character, place this character within 1 of the chosen character, or place the chosen character within 1 of this character. Yep, it's a placement thing. A character can only be placed by the superpower once per turn, but it's a character can only be placed. So interestingly, you could move the Howling Commandos. You could move somebody off them ahead of you. If they were behind you, you could move them ahead of you, and then you could trigger it again off them again. Now, it does cost 2 power. That would cost 4 power to do it. And I do think they are going to struggle a little bit with power because of that prototype weapons only generating 1, but we shall see. We've got Your Back. When an allied character is dazed or KO'd by an enemy effect, after the effect is resolved, this character may use this superpower. This character makes a prototype weapons attack against the enemy that caused the effect. You know, very, very similar to Winter Soldier, but I don't think anywhere near as good. Yes, it's got the pursuit on there. It's got the guaranteed power, which does mean that it is only costing 1 effectively. But the fact that on a hit, Winter Soldier gets that trigger to be able to make his 4 dice again, I think that's going to be a little bit better. But you know, all of these reactive things, there's going to be some, you know, potential, some nice synergy there if you were to put Winter Soldier alongside these guys as well. I want to take a moment as well because they did say on stream that Nick Fury was not going to be a second leader of Hydra initially, of S.H.I.E.L.D. He is going to be in S.H.I.E.L.D., but then we saw his card, and obviously we don't have, you know, there is no leadership on there. But, and Quinn's mentioned this before, we do have a Team Tactics card called Over the Top that comes in both this pack and the new Captain America Steve Rogers pack. And I am almost convinced that that is going to be a leadership for them that either of them can use, a la First of the Black Order. So we'll have to wait and see on that one. Lastly, I did forget to mention this, they do also have stealth, which is quite nice. So as well as that then, we did get to see a Team Tactics card for them, and it is called Infiltration. So Infiltration is going to be an unaffiliated reactive Team Tactics card, and it says if Nick Fury and the Howling Commandos and this card are part of your squad, do not deploy Nick Fury and the Howling Commandos. It is still part of your squad and gains power during the power phase as normal, and then during an allied character's activation, if Nick Fury and the Howling Commandos are part of your squad and are not on the battlefield, the allied character may play this card. Place a flare token within range 3 of this character. During the next cleanup phase, place Nick Fury and the Howling Commandos within range 1 of the flare token. I'm not sure, I'd have to double check the timing of it. This may happen, I think this may happen after points have been scored. But even so, I think it's quite nice that you can bring them on, and I think I need to double check and work out whether or not they can score points or not, because that'll be an interesting one if they can. Less interesting if they can't. But overall, I really like these guys. Again, I think they bring something very, very different. I'm a little bit disappointed that they don't play on the fact that there's 3 of them. I get they've got 3 individual attacks, and I get, you know, they've got the got your back thing, but there's nothing in this card that, you know, this could just be Nick Fury Sr. There's nothing in this card that really is unique to the fact that this is a unique sort of character in the fact that it is 3 named characters on a single base. So that one was a little bit disappointing, but overall, really, really like it. I think it's going to be strong. It'll be really interesting to see what Over the Top is. I think there's a reason they didn't show it. I think it's going to be a leadership for them and Cap. But we will just have to wait and see. Okay then, guys. So that is it, I believe, in terms of all of the character cards and Team Tactics cards that we saw. But there are definitely more things that they went through. So let's start then. We've already mentioned the Hydra terrain. They're calling it the Hydra train, but that massive tank looks really, really cool. But guys, Sentinels are coming, and it was really interesting on the hobby session listening to Schick talk about how these guys have been here ever since the first release of X-Men and Brotherhood of Mutants came out. So they've been there for a while, but they're going to be an affiliation in their own right. They're going to be there's going to be a Prime Sentinel. So the one in the middle there is the Prime Sentinels. It's also going to be 2 MK4 Sentinels. You can take multiples of them. And then Cassandra Nova is going to be in the affiliation as well. Now, I have to be brutally honest, guys. My knowledge of Cassandra Nova is very much MCP only, so I'll have to do a little bit of looking. But it sounds like there's going to be a huge amount of customization, pose. You can put them into different poses. You're going to be able to have swivel points. So I gather they're going to be able to move around as well. So, yeah. Really like the look of these guys. I already have some Sentinels from the Marvel United game that I play, and I'm really hoping these guys stand a little bit taller than that. I want them to be maybe not quite Dormammu size, but they've got to be at least size 4 in the game. They have to be that big. Really interesting to see how these guys are going to work. Really interesting to see what other characters they bring in to the affiliation. Are they going to go with is something like Bolivar Trask? Are they going to put Nimrod in there? We've already got Sentinel Prime, but yeah, so many other characters that they can go within that affiliation. So I also really hope they come as an Ultimate Encounter as well. I think there will be. There definitely has to be. That is not it, guys, though, for the X-Men. We also got to see 2 characters, Blob and Pyro, characters that have been asked for a long time. Some additional reinforcements for the Brotherhood of Mutants, and apparently lower threat options as well. Now, I don't think they could be as low as 2. I really do think that both these characters have to be 3. But yeah, I think they're going to be really good. Very much looking forward to getting hold of them, and then eventually getting back to playing my Brotherhood of Mutants. We also got to see, guys, the brand new Rivals panels with Wolverine and Sabretooth. We knew that it was going to be some sort of Weapon X thing. We'd sort of heard the rumours about that. But I've got to say, I was a little bit worried at first when they showed us the picture and of the front of the bunker. It looked beautiful, but the Spider-Man Rivals panels is pretty useless as anything other than a showpiece. But this looks really good, and when we saw the back of it, when I think it was Dallas painting it in one of the hobby sessions, it's completely closed off. It's like a rock face, so absolutely can be used as a piece of terrain in MCP without it looking too silly. So yeah, really like that. And apparently, guys, these are going to be not like the Doc Ock and Peter Parker version, where it was just like fancy shiny new cards. These are going to have brand new tactics cards and, guys, brand new character cards. So we are going to get a updated version of Wolverine, and I, for one, cannot wait. Wolverine is one of my favourite characters from any Marvel franchise, and they done him dirty in this game so far. So really looking forward to it. I am a lover of Sabretooth. Not many people like him, but I'll be really excited to see an updated version of his card as well. And whether or not they are going to be part of any of the other affiliations. Now, we do know that, I believe we know he's not going to be part of the X-Men. That's for Wolverine. Could it be a version of Wolverine that is part of Alpha Force or Alpha Flight? Sorry, that would be really cool to get a Puck and the Guardian and everybody else. So we'll have to wait and see. I'm sure there is a lot more to come, but for me, that would be probably one of the next natural affiliations to go to, because you've got a ready-made group of superheroes there that I think would work really well. What else did we have then? Well, we didn't get to see any of these things, but we did get teased. We did get teased with, guys, new versions of Hulk and a new version of MODOK. New version of Hulk, wish listing. I want World Breaker Hulk. I want, Worldbreaker Hulk with the armor, with the weapons. I think that would be really, really good. And I think he could be the leader of the Hulks, right? That's what I would really, really like to see. As for MODOK, I mean, guys, surely he's got the aim grunts with him. The guys sort of, I forget the name of them, but surely he's going to come with grunts, and surely AIM is going to be, apologies my throat going there, but surely AIM is going to be a brand new affiliation. You would really, really hope so. And then on top of that, they teased that we were going to be getting lots more additions to the likes of Spider-Foes. We're going to get a lot more mutants, is what they said. There's more to come with Asgard. Fingers crossed that we're going to get an Odin. Want him so much. And then Aaron will be happy we're going to be getting Web Warriors as well. I really expect that for Web Warriors we're going to get Spider-Woman, Jessica Drew, because she can also be in S.H.I.E.L.D. She can also be in A-Force as well. She's already been on the artwork. So, yeah, that one is what I'm sort of expecting for that one. But, guys, that is my roundup of everything MCP that happened at MiniStravaganza the weekend just gone. Let's round it up then. How happy am I with what they've shown us? Well, I've got to admit, guys, for me, they've done a phenomenal job this time round. I didn't, always want more, but I think it was done in a really, really good way. I think the pacing of the reveals was good. We had a lot on one day, and then we had some during the game as well, which was nice. And then I like the fact that they've shown us some other stuff, but they haven't given us all of the character cards for them yet as well. They've got to see, got to save something for the second half of the year. There are a couple of things that I wish they would have talked about, and I'm going to go into them in a future video, maybe later this week or maybe even next week, because I think there's a big gap in MCP at the moment, but I will address that in a future video. But yeah, guys, let me know down in the comment section below, what are you most excited for? Is it something that we've not seen a card for yet? Are you really excited to get Hydra onto the field and actually have that affiliation now? Who else do you think is going to be in Hydra? I'd be very surprised if Bob wasn't in there for obvious reasons. Baron Zemo's another one that you would expect to have in there as well. But let me know in the comment section below what you loved, what you're really happy about. And yeah, I think we've got to give credit where credit's due to AMG. They increased their production value. It seemed to run much smoother. I know there was a couple of things I had to change around because of the COVID outbreak a few weeks ago. So I think they've done a really, really good job. So props to all those guys. But yeah, guys, if you've liked this video in any way, shape or form, please leave a like. It really, really does help. If you want to support the channel even further than that like, make sure you've hit that subscribe button, but also go check out our Patreon as well. From as little as £1 a month, you can support the channel. And a huge shout out to all of our Patreon supporters who has helped us so far. We've been able to set up a little recording studio piece, so we're now doing live battle reports, and there is definitely more of them to come. Also, go check out the Discord, guys. It's completely free to join. Yeah, there's sort of over, I think, almost 600 MCP lovers on there now as well, plus a whole bunch of other content as well from Marvel United. We've got Star Wars Legion on there as now that we're doing on the channel, plus all your other favourite content creators are on there. So yeah, it's just a really cool, nice place to hang out. Pretty chill. Nobody gets too vexed, and it's you get to have a little dig at Quinn, which is gives you free access to him. Guys, as always, it leaves me with just enough time to say stay well, keep safe, and until next time, bye for now.